Now, face the mighty bison.
You have this tweet here from Chanel where he basically says, don't guess the colors anymore. I think they should tell us a lot about why they chose him, statistics, popularity, all of it, but then also talk about why he's the color blue. Because even if you do think about that animal tweet from Harada, that hint, that wasn't like baked into the marketing. That was just a dev tweet. But this blue color scheme, I mean, it's on the DLC screenshot that you like purchased. But I also seen another interesting take on this. Book knows a lot about Fakuran because it's his culture. And what he says about the first part of Fakuran, which is Fa, is that it equals blue or sky. So it makes sense that he is the blue character. Now we have to really rethink what purple means. Even if you ignore this and just think about what they did for Fakuran, his shorts are blue. So people are going back and they're looking at, what type of clothing or characters wearing that could be purple. When you look at the character Marduk, the first thing you will notice, purple all over the place. This comes from Tekken Warehouse and it says, with Lydia confirmed, it's very likely that the other two DLC characters for Tekken 8 are Marduk and Fakuran because their country of origin and fight styles have been in the localized files since day one. And you can see here, it says Australia, Thailand, Poland. It says Muay Thai, Val Tudo, and then karate. There was a dono on last stream that was talking about how the developers' favorite characters are also Marduk and Fakuran.
I want to know is personally which Tekken character do you want to see come back into the roster?
Either Marduk or Ganryu, because those are two characters he used quite often. But as he's often said, we choose the roster on popularity, whether that's actual play popularity or whether that's as a character setting.
I guess we could look at the usage, right? Usage data, you have Armor King being number 4 in terms of usage. You have Kunimitsu being number 19, but also about Kunimitsu, she jumped up from 32 to 19. So she was growing rapidly in popularity. This is something that I think has to be spoken about as well, as how fast Kunimitsu was growing in popularity. Marduk is a little bit under her. First, he went up 7 places at the start of season 4, but then he fell 1 place. And that's probably because Kunimitsu jumped up in front of him. When Marduk first leaked, everyone panicked. And Harada said, I'm aware that there are some minor information leaks that contain old information that has already been changed or deleted. Not only that, but the sources of the leak has been mostly identified. We don't need to read the rest because it's irrelevant. But the part there that I did read, Marduk leaked and he caused panic and they said, don't worry guys, that information is old and it's discarded. Now, if you also talk about Marduk and how he was connected to Fakuran, those two characters leaked together and they were a lot of evidence about them. One could even say that this is referencing Fakuran as well. And the point that I'm trying to make is that he said that this information was old and it's changed, but then here we are looking at Fakuran over, when was this tweet made? August 20th, 2023. We are almost 2 years later, and here we are staring at the thing that he said they changed. The question that I ask is, how realistic is it that the purple character is Marduk? Kane says, and the next returning character is, and bro's jumping the gun and saying Marduk. Hypebuff Gigas says, look at the DLC direction. Next character is very likely to be Kunimitsu too. With the introduction of Fakuran, people feel like all of the legacy characters are really gone. You name it, from Michelle, Beck, Wang, Bruce, Lei, all of them gone, right? That's how people are feeling with Fakuran. We don't know if that's true or not, but that's the feeling. They feel that characters that were newly created in Tekken 7 takes priority over everything else. I don't think there's any character who could stack up against Armor King. And I also don't know if Armor King falls into the legacy category, because even if you do want to believe the idea that the developers are moving on to the next generation of characters, I think Armor King is so popular to where that shouldn't even be considered. Armor King was top 3 most popular DLC characters ever. It's Fakuran, it's Armor King, and it's Heihachi, in no particular order, but that's the 3. So I don't think you throw away Armor King. That's throwing away a lot of money. But also, when you talk about Kunimitsu, if they were going to bring Kunimitsu into Tekken 8, they would do it sooner rather than later. And that's the scary part. The question really becomes, who do you think it's better to wait for? In my opinion, I don't think you could put off Kunimitsu for 3-4 years and people still be excited. I think that Kunimitsu, you kind of have to strike while the iron's hot. We don't know where all these Kunimitsu players will be in a year, 2 years from now. But the Armor King players, they're always here. Just like the Bruce Banes. The Bruce Banes are always here and they never left. So this tweet says, this is from Pepper Dad to Spicy. So I wonder if like Lydia, Fakaram, and Leroy, Kunimitsu probably next, are for modern audiences, in quotes, designed to Tekken Team, and that's why they're prioritized over legacy characters. Does Tekken Team believe these characters are just more attractive to newer audiences? The chances of it being Kunimitsu is rising. So let me show you this. This was during the pandemic. You can see 2020 and 2021. So this is the peak pandemic. Before the pandemic happened, the developers planned to show Kunimitsu and Lydia. And if you look at how they had it scheduled, autumn is the same thing as fall. Kunimitsu was that autumn fall character. So I mean, saying that Kunimitsu can't hold an Evo reveal, it's not true because they were planning to do it before the pandemic ruined it. But also what you have to say about Tekken 7 as well is how they had like 50 characters, and it's okay to do a character of this kind once you have Armor King and all those out. Now that you don't have Armor King and Kunimitsu is cutting the line, I don't know. You think the Kunimitsu paid skin was a hint. So let's talk about that, right? I don't want to be negative, but man, I wish they would do new designs or recreate outfits from older games, Tekken 1 through 6. In new engine. A lot of the Tekken Shop outfits are ported from Tekken 7 like Kuni Preset 3 below. It's not a big deal as it is cosmetic, but I wanted to share this feedback. So you have this outfit, which is, I don't know the name of it, Cyber something, right? But then when you look at Kunimitsu, I mean, look at how similar they are. You do have to bring up the point of what are the developers trying to tell us? Something else that I would compare this to, for the most recent Fight Pass, which is Fight Pass 5, it's still ongoing, you have the title card. When you click on that title card, it is Lei Wulong's title card, Shape Shifter. Did they put this in a game because they're teasing Lei to show up later? So when you look at these outfits, you could kind of draw the same similarity. You have a content that's being monetized and it's referencing another character. So far, it looks like Lei's reference leads nowhere. So to assume that Kunimitsu's reference leads somewhere too, I mean, I personally want to jump the gun that way. The new Kunimitsu skins have purple in them. So maybe they're going to give Kunimitsu something new, but they want this outfit to still exist. So boom, put it in the store. That's an idea. Harada made a tweet about Fakaram a little while ago. Let's go look at that tweet. Now, I could go on and read all of this stuff, but basically it talks about the hitbox flaw that Fakaram had. And also, Harada did the same exact thing for Anna. 4 months before they showed Anna, Harada put out this long tweet talking about her lore with Nina. The next character that Harada does one of these super long talks for is the next character.
But tell me, what Tekken mainstay character would you most want to see?
That one's easy for me. It's Bruce. Like, Josie's cool and all, but I just can't stand her crying. If you guys make her stop crying, maybe Josie can stick around, but maybe Bruce can come mentor her or something, you know? But she needs the back two if she's sticking around. Bruce's back two is like, it's an iconic Tekken that's just been missing. Yeah, it feels great.
Maybe we just give Fakaram that maybe then, huh? No?
Let's not talk about him again. I don't think he needs to come back, you know, but Bruce would be good. You know, Bruce would be good.
So this was 2 years ago. This was exactly on March 30th, 2023. And they were already talking about Fakaram, which goes to show how far in advance they were working. But see, this also makes sense. As soon as we got our hands on the game, we saw Marduk, Fakaram, Heihachi in the files. Honestly, all the leaked characters are coming eventually. It's just a matter of when. But see, okay, who are we considering leaked? I'll go through the list of everything that leaked. So Fakaram, we already have that. Heihachi, we have that. Kazumi, she also leaked at the same time as Heihachi. Marduk, we've seen Raven do Bob's Shoryuken. You have Lei's title card. You have Kunimitsu's default 3 outfit being reused. We have Akuma animations in the game. There's a lot of stuff that we found in the files. Devil Reina has a model. I think there's still like 2 or 3 more that I'm missing. So it's like, I don't know, just saying like all of the leaked characters will show up eventually. We're dealing with so much stuff to where we don't know. I think Kunimitsu will be the next character. I just thought about it. Let's look at Kunimitsu's lore real quick. For those of you who don't know, the Mishima Zaibatsu Polytechnical School is a important one. Reina goes to that school, and we were never given an answer as to why Kunimitsu went undercover in that school. This timeline so far that we have is Reina leaves school and she immediately goes to start trying to find Heihachi, and she starts step 1 with Lydia. Reina here is not the bad guy. No one knows her true identity yet. Lydia says to Reina, "Thank you for the information. We were able to save New York without major casualties." Reina is going undercover. That was her whole identity with Tekken 8. Now, if you compare that to Kunimitsu, Kunimitsu also is a spy who goes undercover, who infiltrates organizations. She does the same thing. They're both spies. See, look, and I'll keep sending you more info on G Corp forces. It might be Kunimitsu, bro. I think that's what I'm preparing for now. I am mentally preparing for the character to be Kunimitsu and not Armor King.